Today we're going to replace the draft inducer motor. Got an exact replacement from the original equipment installed for a Trane furnace. The motor's gone out, or more the bearing in the fan has, so it's not blowing enough to induce the pressure switch to kick on the flame for the furnace. So first thing is to disconnect it. I've turned off the main power. I've shut off the gas. I turned the thermos down to the lowest setting. Smell for any gas leakage. Make sure there's no gas before you start messing with the electricals. So power's off. Unplugging. I've already disconnected the ground wire that was plugged up here. There's a rubber tube in the bottom. So disconnect that. Push it up through the hole. Pull it off the bottom. That's a drain tube. Then we just have some 8mm screws. This is a clamp. Screws don't have a lot of meat on them there. There's one down here and one more right here. It's 3 screws. And that last one down there, I'm gonna have to use a little stubby screwdriver to get to. Pull it out. Now, you see it's still connected here with a wire. So I'm going to have to cut that wire. And I'm going to have to splice back into that. The new one just has the one wire. So I'm going to have to splice back into that connector with a spade connector. A little male connector. I'm going to splice onto that. Okay, cut. So I'm going to cut that right about there. Make sure I'm cutting the right wire. It could be bad if I wasn't. I'll splice this. Let's see, what do we think that is? Strip that off of there. Alright, so we stripped off that wire. Stick it in there.
Make sure it hears you.
I ain't got my eyes on. I need glasses. I can't see a blasted thing. But it's small, but we get her in there. Alright. So we get our little thing in there, and now we'll crimp her. My little crimp tool. sure we're good and tight. We're good and tight. All right. And just now this will plug into this. Take the old one out. What? Here it kind of rubs and it's uneven. Can't hear a thing on that one. All right. So, stick her back in. Try to take that out and stuff it back into the gasket in here. It's wedged down there pretty good. I don't like that. It could be a problem. But all right. Stick it back in. Reverse the process here, but first thing I'm gonna do is wire this booger in. All right. Remove this old rubber cap. Put it on the new unit. Reattach these little rubber hose at the bottom. Turn it and get it down in the hole. As soon as you find the hole, there it is. Pause. So we reattach the little tube down below, the drain tube. Plug that in. The ground. Tighten the clamp. Then we'll replace those 3 screws that hold it to it and turn it on and test it. Okay, pause. Well, you ain't got it. Yeah. Still going?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I can show putting screws in or not. It's really not necessary, but basically put screws in. All right, pause. Last but not least, use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove this thingamajigger, which I'm guessing is just a resistor. I don't know. I mean, it's not going into anything. It just mounts to the side. It comes back out again. And plugs into here. Screw that right back into the face of it. All right, pause. There we go. Easy peasy. Now we'll test the system, get it going back on. So we'll turn the gas back on. Put the power back on. And then I'll go upstairs and turn the thermostat up and see if she kicks on. Stop. And now it works. We have flame. Previously, didn't have enough power coming through to set off the pressure switch to allow for the flame to start. So that was our fix. Replace the draft inducer motor. Thanks for watching. One last note. I'm going to zip tie this back up to there so it doesn't touch anything, and I'm going to wrap some electrical tape around that connection so it doesn't hit up against anything and ground out. Now, changing out that inducer blower motor saved me a ton of money. I bought it on, found the exact part I needed through Amazon, not a sponsor, for about $170 shipped. Here is the, I'm just going to show you a picture of the estimate here, just a second, as soon as I flip this camera. They wanted $923.15 to replace that, parts and labor, with a quote, of course, to replace the whole furnace, because it's such an old furnace. But 923 versus 170. Which would you choose?